Hey folks, this is Vince with Dad's Gaming Addiction, and today we're going to quickly check out Bulletsurge, a game that's coming to Steam on July 11th, 2025. This is a preview build. Stuff is buggy and still subject to change. This is a digital adaptation of the popular board game. I have covered it before, but I'll try and go over the rules in case you're not familiar with it. So this is I don't want to use the word Tetris because it's not Tetris, but you are trying to prevent these bullets from reaching the bottom of your grid and falling off. In this digital game, there's score attack, boss mode, online versus, and classic score attack. I don't have a second key to test online versus, but I did test the other three. There are 8 different characters in this game, and each is a female character that has different abilities. They've got different patterns on their cards, which are used to clear bullets from the grid so it doesn't get too cluttered. And they even have different actions that you can spend via action points to move the bullets around so that you can try and score your patterns or draw new patterns, and then again use those patterns to clear your bullets. This is a push your luck game, really, where you're going to be pulling bullets from a bag and dropping them into your grid and hoping they don't fall off. But you can use your pattern cards in between. But how you use your energy and how you use these patterns to their maximum effect is what ultimately determines how well you do. Now, in the classic mode that you're seeing here, it is the most true to the board game in the sense that you've got like 8 bullets in your bag per round, and you're limited on your action points. When you use them, you lose them, but you get them back at the end of the round when all of your bullets are gone. But you can also get them back by clearing bullets that have little star symbols on them. But ideally, it's a push your luck game. You're trying to get as many bullets into your grid as statistically possible without busting, as it were. Because if the bullets fall off the bottom of your grid, you take a hit. And whenever you pull a bullet from your bag, it moves down so many spaces based on the number on that bullet, and it skips existing bullets. So if you've got 4 purple in a column, and you draw like a 3 or a 4, you're going to bust. So you kind of have to move bullets out of cluttered columns to prevent that risk of busting. And again, this version is the most true in the sense that it's round-based. You've got so many bullets per round that you have to draw from your bag, but you can spend energy during that round to move things around. You can spend your pattern cards to get rid of these bullets, and these patterns are all unique across the different characters. Some require a certain color. You have to get your bullets in this particular pattern on the grid so that these ones go away. It's a bit complicated to explain in the span of, say, 5 to 6 minutes. All I can just offer is if you haven't seen my bullet board game coverage before, go check that out, because I have covered it a few times. There's a couple of unboxing videos. There's expansions to this game. The board game is fantastic. So this classic mode is the most original. Now, the time attack is different. In the upper left, you can actually see what bullets are in your gun, and you'll see on the grid what your chances are of drawing each one and where they would possibly go. So unlike the actual board game, you can see what's coming up to a degree, kind of like in Tetris. There's a little box that tells you what's coming. So you can actually see the bullets that are coming in your gun chamber. And there's also a time attack in that, like 20 seconds per round or per turn, whatever. And at the end of that, the bullet is automatically fired. So you kind of have to you just have to look at the grid real quick and make these snap decisions. You can turn off the timer to practice if you want to. But as in the classic mode, you still got different characters with different patterns, with different moves. And in this version, though, this time attack, which is different in the digital, you only gain energy typically by shooting bullets. So there's no rounds where you just automatically go back up to full after spending all of your bullets. They just keep coming. These bullets just keep coming. There's no rounds. And every time you fire your bullet, you get a new energy. So that part of it is very different from the board game, at least based on my experience with it. The last one that I covered was the boss mode. And I crashed, unfortunately, in the boss mode. But I do like that like in the board game, each of the 8 characters has their own boss side. And they each play different too. So this character's boss will play different than this character's boss, and so on. And typically, what you're trying to do is do enough damage to the boss to get through all of their shields and knock them out. But again, each one plays in a different way, so you kind of have to treat everyone differently. Bosses have boss patterns, and if you don't observe their pattern before the end of the round or before the end of whatever, you're going to take some kind of penalty. It's unfortunately, it plays like the new version. It kind of adopts the new version rules in the sense that you are timed. There's you can turn the timer off, like I said, which is nice. But you in the upper left, you can still see the chamber of the gun. You can see what bullets are coming. That is different from the board game. In the board game, you don't know what's coming. In this boss version of the digital, you can see to a degree what's coming, but of those 6, like, it's randomized. You don't know which of those 6 are coming, just which 6 are queued up to come. But the goal is still the same in that you're trying to use your pattern cards to clear the bullets, observe the boss pattern so you don't get dinged with a penalty. And that's typically what it is. But there are no rounds in this. It's just they just keep coming. So do I recommend this? Yes. However, I have to just reiterate, this is not a true copy of the board game. There are new mechanics introduced into this digital version, and you kind of are forced to play them outside of that classic mode. There's also no windowed mode in the options menu. It's 2025. You'd think they would put that in there, but they haven't. So the back end of it, I think, is a bit wonky in the sense that it's incomplete. But again, preview build, hopefully they add that later. This is Vince. Thanks for watching. I'll catch y'all next time. Take care.